Hi guys, welcome back. Say welcome to. So yes, we're gonna go fast forward right now. Um, so we're gonna use paragraphs. So this is a tag called P. It's for paragraphs. Think about Microsoft Word paragraphs, right? Basically, when you're writing a document, you want to divide them into paragraphs. It's the same for the web. So if I say yes, I'm good, and then save, it starts the first paragraph, right? You can have as many paragraphs, but you don't use P1, P2. It's just basically saying P. All right, so we can say yes, I am awesome for second paragraph. Yep. And then yes, it is beautiful for the third paragraph. So basically, having different paragraphs, you use the word P. Right, so P is the tag for paragraphs, and you don't have to say P1, P2, P3. It's just P. So P is for paragraph. Let me get it. Can you guess what is for bold? If you know that P is for paragraph, H is for heading, what do you think bold is? Right, I'm sure you can guess. It's a B. Right, so let's make this. So if you want to make something bold, we can just add it, or you can make it different. Actually, let's start a different one here first, right? So B, we say this is thick. Yep, you can see that this is bold. So that's how you make something bold. And we can italize as well, right? But so what you can do is that you can use multiple tags on one information. So we can say that, okay, we don't want it to just be bold, we want it to be italized, so we have to add it as well, right? But in this case, we can't close it here because Visual Studio Code automatically closes things. We need to move it to the end of the document. Remember, an opening tag must have a closing tag, but we can't close before the information. It is at the end of the information. Does that make sense? So we can't do open and close in the at the right. It has to be at the end of the information. So you can have multiple tags on one text or one information, but they have to be rightly placed. So if I save this, this becomes italized, right? So basically, that's how you bold a statement. I'm going to do another one so it makes it easy, right? So there's a P. I can put it here as well. There's a B, so it doesn't matter the order, right? But I need to close it at the end if I do that. Okay? Yeah, so it doesn't matter the order. Spacing also doesn't really matter. If I do this, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It wouldn't affect the document, so it doesn't matter. But it's good to keep things really clean, right? And it's advisable to write. You don't have to keep going on and then say another P here, because I mean you own the space, so don't manage space, right? So if I do this and type here, no need. I just bring it down instead, because you don't need to manage space. You have a lot of space to work with, right? So you don't need to manage space. So basically, that's how to work with bold. But there are other ways of also working with bold, and you can use strong, right? So ideally, I'll explain to you why you use strong instead of bold. So strong is another example of how you write bold, but I'll explain what that does in a bit. All right, so you say this is strong, yeah, and you save it, you can see that this is strong. All right, but now because we're not using the paragraph, you can see that they're on the same line. All right, so this is thick, this is strong, is on the same line. If you want to bring something down, you don't want it to be on the same line, use the word BR. Now this doesn't have an opening and closing tag. Don't get confused. Programming is like that sometimes. Well, HTML is not necessarily programming, but you get what I mean. All right, so everything has an opening and closing tag, but there are few elements that do not have that, right? So one of them is BR. So when we do BR, you can either put this tag or not put it there. So if you touch it, it tells you the BR element represents a line break, so it breaks the line. So if you're writing, you make sure that the line is broken, right? So we say BR to just bring things down. Okay, if we save that, you can see that it comes down. All right, so it's not a paragraph, but it just does a line break. It just breaks the line. So you put it just at the end of what you want to break. So we know that this is thick, and then we want to break to this is strong. We just put the BR right after this is thick. All right, does that make sense? So basically, that is strong. All right, other ways of italizing as well. I can say this is emphasize, so this is emphases, right? You can see that this is emphasis, right? All right, so this is emphasis. You can see as well, we need to break it down because it's not a paragraph. I'll do BR and then save it. You can see this is emphasis, but you can see the difference with BR and paragraph. Paragraph, there's spaces. BR, there's no space. It's just the line break. There's no it's not paragraph. It's just a line break, right? So basically, that's the difference between bold, italics, and strong. But we need to explain to you when to use bold and when to use emphasis. So I normally would suggest that the strong and the emphasis, the EM, should be used compared to the bold, because they allow people that are using screen readers, people that can't really read it, but the computer reads to them, right? It makes it easy for them to see what is what do you call it? Yeah, what is important and what you're emphasizing on in the document. So it's basically not for just everyone, but it's for people, screen readers, right? The bold works. They both work on an HTML side of thing. There's no difference. But for screen readers, it is advisable because it helps convey special meanings for the words or phrases being highlighted. So strong and EM helps do that because it makes your online content accessible to everyone, and web accessibility is a big deal in web development in today's world. So you want to be able to develop and make it accessible to everyone. So basically, that's what strong and EM is about. In the next video, we're going to be looking at quotations and then basically start working with HTML list. All right, guys, hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Actually, don't go yet. What needs to happen is that you need to develop your first project work. Guess what? So you need to develop your first project work, basically. Don't mind me. So what the project is that you're developing a poem website. So your website would have a heading, and it would have different stanzas. So you would have at least 2 or 3 stanzas. So you're writing a poem. Well, you can write your own poem or you can copy and paste poems. I don't really care. But at the end of the day, you want to have a nice heading, and you want to have different stanzas in the poem, and present it nicely. You can put it in the Discord channel or in Telegram, if you will, and hopefully you can do that today. If not, do it during the course of the week, and I will see you in the next video. If you're not sure what the assignment is, I'll put it in Discord as well once I drop the video. All right, guys, see you in the next video.